Toy Story 3 came out in 2010 and stars Tom Hanks and Tim Allen once again as the main characters Woody and Buzz. Technically the two faces of Pixar. And in this film, the story revolves around the toys, who eventually realize that Andy has officially grown up, and which leads to the toys to think what's going to happen to them. Are they going to get donated? Are they going to get thrown away? And the toys eventually find themselves in a daycare known as Sunnyside Daycare, while Woody tries to get back home to Andy. But then later on into the story, Sunnyside Daycare doesn't turn out to be the perfect place for the toys, as they thought it would be. And then Woody has to rescue the toys, and they all have to plan an escape out of this nightmare, run by a plush bear known as Lotso. Toy Story 3 is the film that Pixar needed. And this is saying a lot. I'm so happy that this film was made, because this film is excellent in so many ways. It's just as good as the last two films. Like, Toy Story 3 is a film that I would call an animated masterpiece. And I know I could easily say that about the other two films. But this film made Toy Story one of the best trilogies of all time. And for good reason. This film is smart, clever, and charming, just like the other two Toy Story films. And that's what Toy Story is known for. It's known for making you laugh. It's known for making you get invested into the characters. It's known to have a really great and set up story. And it could even be emotional at times. And in this film, you can feel what the toys are going through, because Andy is grown up now, and what's going to happen to them? You don't know what's going to happen to them at first. But then they eventually get sent to this daycare. And beforehand, Woody tries to tell the toys that Andy still wanted them, but a certain incident happens, which leads the other toys to doubt Woody. And this is not just a film for kids, and that's what I love about the Toy Story movies. They're not just films that kids can enjoy. You can sit down with the entire family and get a hit out of all the Toy Story movies, even Toy Story 3. And that's something that all the Toy Story movies deliver for you. And Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are honestly... what is there to say about them? They've been a part of Pixar since the beginning. Seriously, what is there to say about Tom Hanks and Tim Allen? They're some of the most lovable actors of all time. And who doesn't think of Tom Hanks when you think of Woody? It's almost impossible to, because when you think of Woody, you think of Tom Hanks. And when you think of Buzz Lightyear, do you think of Tim Allen? It really depends. Because not a lot of people will be familiar with Tim Allen, but a lot of people are familiar with Tom Hanks, that's for sure. And I'm not saying all the credit goes to Hanks, because Tim Allen really deserves it too. He does a great job as Buzz Lightyear in all the films. And some of the new characters that they added in this film I really loved. The little kid, Bonnie. I really loved this little kid. She wasn't annoying. She was very interesting. She reminded me of Andy. Reminded me a lot about Andy when he was younger. She was energetic. She really cared for her toys. She wasn't another copy and paste version of Sid. And all in all, I thought she was just a fun character. Even though she wasn't in the film that much. But her toys were pretty interesting as well. I'm honestly excited to see her in Toy Story 4. Let's talk about the main antagonist in this film, Lotso. This is how animated villains should be like. Honestly, this was a totally unexpected villain, because when you first see Lotso appear on screen, his first introduction makes you feel like he looks like a nice guy. He's all cuddly and he looks nice. But then the story goes on. He slowly builds up to become this monster to this daycare, especially his backstory. And honestly, I find it sad. I find it really sad. And I felt bad for Lotso until I found out what he did. And it was not just him, but he dragged two of his other toy friends in this situation with him. And it makes him more bad. Because you think about it, if you think about it, it really is messed up. Lotso, Chuckles, and Big Baby had an owner named Daisy. And Lotso was the special toy to Daisy. And then she eventually lost Daisy along with her other two toys. And then Lotso and the other toys eventually find out that she replaced Lotso. But Lotso is too scarred and afraid to admit it. He's afraid to admit that she only replaced him, which causes him to turn his back on everything he ever cared and loved and throw shade at other toys and mess up all the toys in the daycare. And I thought that backstory set up Lotso perfectly onto what he is now. And honestly, it was somewhat heartbreaking, but in the end, it was kind of satisfying. Just like the other Toy Story film, Toy Story 3 does not fail to deliver surprises towards the audience. And that's something Pixar's known for. Pixar's known to be fun and entertaining and deliver exciting adventures towards the audiences with many surprises. And I barely found a single thing predictable in this film. The thing is, none of the Toy Story films are really predictable. That's why they're all surprises, and that's why they stand out as some of the best animated films of all time. And that's why you're able to watch them over and over and over again and share them with younger ones too. I'd have to say the ending of this movie is one of the strongest endings in animation. In my opinion, it's one of the strongest endings in animated history. It honestly works you up, and you're on the edge of your seat. And you're absolutely terrified on what's going to happen to the toys. Because you feel like this is it. This is actually it. And I'll tell you, many people teared up and cried during that certain moment. And if you've seen this movie, you know what... If you've seen this movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. I even almost cried myself. Now, I just want to talk about Michael Keaton as Ken. Really charming in this movie, actually. Such a surprising character. And there were some times, I'd guess, where the character would have sort of like two perspectives towards the audience. Like, there are times in the film where you like Ken, and there are times in the film where you almost hate him, like you despise him. And it's because of the things he does. Honestly, I think he was a great character. I thought that he was a great character for this movie, and definitely a great side partner for Barbie. Another thing that I noticed every time I watch Toy Story 3 that I just can't get my eye off of is how beautiful this film looks. The colors and the brightness and the animation looks absolutely glamorous. And it's something I have to give praise to because, like I mentioned, every time the animation in the Toy Story movie seemed to be getting better and better and better. And in the first film, the animation still holds up very well today. And from the second to the third film, the animation gets better and better and better, and each film looks more beautiful. And I can't wait to see what Toy Story 4 looks like. And judging by the trailers, the film already looks mind-blowing. What is there to say more about Toy Story 3? This is one of Pixar's best films, definitely one of the best animated films of all time, and it's definitely one of the best sequels of all time for sure. And in other words, this is just a gold film in Pixar and in general. Toy Story 3 absolutely gets an A+. I'm telling you, this is one of the best trilogies of all time. And if Toy Story 4 can be just as good, or if not better than Toy Story 3, then we might have one of the greatest franchises of all time. Who knows? Because I'm really excited to see Toy Story 4. I honestly am. And I'm happy I got to review all the Toy Story movies before Toy Story 4 comes out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review for Toy Story 3. You guys are the best. I love every single one of you. Look forward to more reviews that will be coming very soon. I'm going to be reviewing the Indiana Jones movies, like I already mentioned in my last review, if you guys haven't seen the Toy Story 2 review. And by the way, if you haven't seen my review for Toy Story 1 or 2, I'll put a playlist in the link in the description down below so you can check my playlist of all the Toy Story movies that I reviewed from 1 to 3 until 4 comes out. And like I said, I'm going to be reviewing the Indiana Jones movies, and I also want to do some reviews of some of the Chucky movies. Since the remake for Child's Play is coming out, I already reviewed all the Chucky movies on my YouTube channel, but there are only a couple that I've done a personal review, where you can actually see me talking and stuff like that. The other ones were just my older videos where the camera was just on the TV and you hear me talking in the background and stuff like that. I actually want to make an actual full-on discussion review of some of the Chucky movies. And that'll be a review for Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and Curse of Chucky. I already reviewed Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky in a personal one, but I want to do those 4 in a personal one too. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And also, I didn't forget MCU. I will continue the MCU reviews. I want to continue that before Spider-Man Far From Home comes out. So I want to continue MCU reviews. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. Love every single one of you. Look forward to more reviews that'll be coming very soon. And as always, I am Mario Fan 520, and I will see you next time. Peace out.